What? What's up, ballers? We are here with Buckets Are Not, our first episode of our NBA podcast / series type thing. Heading into the NBA season, we are only 4 days away from the preseason starting, and I think 3 weeks from the regular season. So I'm pumped about it. We're here with Brett Bolden, a resident football expert.
What's up,
and he thinks he knows about basketball.
I'll tell you what, man. I know a lot about basketball, man. I love that sport, man.
Woo likes Jeremy Lin, hence the Harvard jersey, and Philip Reback, who is
financial consultant.
Yes, okay. He's our financial consultant. Good to know.
With the flow.
With the flow.
And he's a lot shorter than us.
Yeah.
He is.
Okay.
Okay.
You know what they say.
Yes, you do know what they say.
Let's get started.
Getting started. Our first news of the day. Dwayne Wade to the Cavaliers. So I would say this is probably the craziest offseason I've ever seen. Maybe there was one like way back in the day, but other than that, there have been how many superstars have moved teams this offseason?
That's a good question.
We got Gordon Hayward. I don't know if you can say Dwayne Wade's a superstar anymore, but he's a Hall of Famer.
Yeah.
We got Carmelo Anthony, who's probably not a superstar anymore, but he's probably a Hall of Famer.
Paul George.
I think they would. I think Carmelo is more superstar than Dwayne Wade.
Oh no.
I do.
No.
I do. Carmelo is more in the spotlight than Dwayne Wade is. In my
Yeah,
opinion.
he's more in the spotlight.
I think it depends. Are we talking?
He's
Are
not
we
a better
talking Mello
player.
or are we talking Hoodie Mello?
Hoodie Mello.
That is a good point.
Hoodie Mello. I don't even know.
Oh, that's why he.
Go away!
That's why he's
Nobody
a
wants
football
this.
guy.
He's our
Who
football
hired this
expert.
guy?
Who is Hoodie Mello?
He is
Football
our
expert.
football expert.
Are we talking about Mello Ball?
Well-
Because let's talk about the real Mello if we're talking about Mello.
I should
LaMelo
smack
Ball.
you right now.
Oh gosh.
Okay,
All right,
so
all right.
who else has moved?
Wait.
Paul George.
Can I know?
Paul George.
Kyrie, obviously.
Kyrie, obviously.
Jimmy,
Isaiah Thomas.
Jimmy Butler.
Jimmy
Isaiah
Butler.
Thomas.
Oh my gosh.
D Rose.
D-Rose
Dwight Howard.
That's true.
is, I don't know.
Dwight Howard.
He might be like the only MVP winner to not make the Hall of Fame. There's been some discussion about
Who
that.
went to the Spurs this year? That's a big pickup for the Spurs.
Nobody.
CP3
Wait.
to the Rockets.
CP3 to the Rockets, that's
CP3
right.
to the Rockets. Somebody went to the Spurs. That was like a big
Nope.
addition for them. No? He's
No.
like a
They all got older.
small forward or a power forward. I can't think
Kawhi Leonard
Yeah.
had Marcus
They
Aldridge.
lost
No.
Jonathan Simmons.
No.
They didn't gain anyone.
Let me
I
check
think of who it is.
Don't know what to tell you.
Okay, so thoughts on Dwayne Wade going to Cleveland, being reunited with LeBron James?
I'll be honest. Here's my biggest concern. J.R. Smith's decreased playing time.
And why is that a bad thing?
I think
Rudy
that
Rudy Gay. That's who it is.
No
okay?
one knows.
I was right about the Spurs getting somebody.
Rudy
Gay
Gay is
what?
washed up.
Rudy Gay went to the
Mediocre.
Spurs.
Rudy
Oh,
Gay's
okay,
washed up.
okay.
That's a big pickup for the Spurs, whether
He's
y'all believe it or not.
washed
You
up.
watch the Spurs, he's going to be a great addition for the Spurs.
Washed up.
Okay.
All right,
Say
Phil,
you
what were
want.
you saying?
I think that we're going to see this year not the Cavs hurt from losing Kyrie, but the Cavs hurt from J.R. Smith not getting maximum minutes.
He's clutch. He's clutch.
I think you can just see when he pulls up from unreasonable places with the green light and he just drains it. I mean, you can't teach that.
You're
That's
right.
true.
You are right. You know what? I think for whenever J.R. Smith normally would have been playing for the first half, instead they can have like a practice gym for him to go and warm up. Because he doesn't practice like outside of warm-ups anyway, so usually he just spends the first half getting warmed up, and then he actually hits his shots in the second half. So since he's not going to be playing, he can actually warm up in like a warm-up gym in the first half,
Right.
and then he'll still have the same amount of impact.
Right.
I think J.R. Smith is going to start over D-Wade.
Bruh.
I think... You really don't think he is?
No.
No!
Why would he not?
Because he is a mediocre player.
D-Wade is not far above mediocre right now.
Do we need to look at D-Wade's stats from last season
No.
as compared to J.R. Smith's?
Here's my thing, is that J.R. Smith has been with the Cavs for the past however many years, and they've gone to the championship with J.R. Smith on the starting squad for the past however many years. And I'm
he's
just
their
saying, I
best
think
option.
D-Wade would be better coming off the bench.
Do you know how much chemistry LeBron and D-Wade have?
I do,
Exactly.
but
They
doesn't that
played
make more
together.
sense
They
to
won
have them together
championships.
later in the game then?
They can be together early in the game and later in the game.
Okay.
LeBron's got to sit at
Okay.
some point.
Okay.
wanna
So
just
you're
sit-
saying that D-Wade is absolutely going to start.
Without a doubt, he will start over
Okay.
Without a doubt, he will start over J.R. Smith.
I want to talk about the Cavs' most lethal lineup, playing all of their twos. Amon Shumpert, J.R. Smith, D. Wade, Kyle Korver, and then LeBron at center. Wow. I want to see that lineup.
Wow. That would be fun to watch.
I want to see that lineup.
That would be fun to watch.
I think Kyle Korver would have the most buckets.
Oh,
I think Lonzo Ball is the best player in the NBA.
Did you just say Kyle Korver would have the most buckets?
Absolutely. And Lonzo Ball is the best player in the NBA.
That is why he is our football expert.
Oh, yeah.
I wonder if this is going to be another love story between LeBron and D. Wade, and one that Kevin Love finds himself as the third wheel in again and just finds himself on the outside.
I've got a question.
Yeah.
If it's the Cavs and Warriors in the finals,
right?
Like, yeah.
What is the series going to be?
Warriors in 6.
Warriors in 6?
I just can't see the Cavs.
Dwayne Wade, I would say Warriors in 6, because Dwayne Wade was a nice pickup, but at the same time, he is aging quickly. He's definitely not in his prime anymore, and they just don't have enough people that can match up with the Warriors.
I'll say Cavs in 7.
Cavs in 7?
Yep. I think the Golden State Warriors are gonna have a great lead in the beginning, but like the past year,
they didn't have Kevin Durant in the past year,
or past two years ago, they'll come back.
Kevin Durant is the best scorer in the league,
but they have D Wade and LeBron now.
This is LeBron's 15th season.
No, I'm saying like
he's an old man.
He's an old man.
But hey, the older you get, the more what's the word? What's the word? More motivation you have. You got only 5 years left in the league. You got to get some more rings.
Here's what I think. I think the Cavs need to take out Isaiah Thomas. They need to take out Derrick Rose.
Like Hitman style?
No. They just need to take him out, and they need to let Tyronn Lue suit up and go out there and run point for the Cavs.
I think they could probably
Then I say Cavs in 4.
They could probably just... You heard it here first.
Cavs in 4.
You heard it here first.
With Tyronn Lue.
You heard it here first.
He would get stepped over by Steph Curry just like he did by Allen Iverson. Exact
true.
same scenario. It would happen again.
That is true. I think IT fits so much better in the Cavs system than he does with the Celtics.
Yeah, he's not the type of player that needs to carry a team.
No.
He's not. He just doesn't have the durability to.
But I will stand by the fact, like, I know IT had a great season last season, but the Celtics still did better in the playoffs when he wasn't playing with them. But I think that says a lot.
IT's injured till Christmas, hopefully. So they're gonna give Derrick Rose a chance, and they're gonna see how good he is coming back.
I honestly think that the Cavaliers are gonna have the 2 seed going into the playoffs.
Okay.
I think that Derrick Rose isn't gonna be able to carry them the same way that Isaiah Thomas would. I think they're going to struggle until Christmas, and then they're going to get Isaiah Thomas back. Once D-Rose has somebody to supplement his time, I think he'll play a lot better, and those two together I think will be a good 1-2 punch.
I'm pretty pumped to see LeBron and D-Wade play together again.
Yeah, it's going to be very nostalgic.
I wanted to see OKC get D-Wade, but...
Do you think it's going to be Lob City with D-Wade and LeBron like it was in Miami?
I don't know if D-Wade's got the same ups.
D-Wade.
Not to D-Wade.
D-Wade's having a hard time. Yeah, he can pass. That's true. I don't know.
You think LeBron is going to jump over somebody again?
LeBron. No, I think LeBron is past his jumping over people days. I think he is still a monster. I think he's probably the most physically dominant player in the NBA, but I don't think he's jumping over people anymore.
Okay. Yeah. I will say, I think that this is LeBron's best beard he's ever had.
I would agree. It's pretty. He needs to get it going down. It's going out a lot.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah, it looked like the former Bobby Buckets beard that was just like.
Yeah, that is true.
He needs to get it shaped up a little bit, I would say. But other than that, on point. Yep. Yes, we got the Bleacher Report. So it's called their top 10 point guards in the league. It's really top 15. I don't know why they didn't just put top 15 because it says top 10 and then they got honorable mention for their next 5. So it's really a top 15. We're going to take a look at it. I've seen it and Wu's seen it, but I don't think Phil or Brett has seen it yet, so they will be reacting to it live. All right, so...
Is it Ricky Rubio or Isaiah Thomas?
Ricky Rubio. Okay. Isaiah Thomas is just the cover for the article. So we got Ricky Rubio at number 15.
Okay.
Any disagreements on that?
I'm not against
I don't know.
That.
I feel like I need to start at 1 and then work my way up.
No, it's got to be...
work down.
Okay.
Because this way working down, you start to get to the point where you're like, who's going to get included? Who's going to get excluded?
It would help if we had like somebody come before to give like a frame of reference, I think. But now that we're starting with Ricky Rubio, we can judge whether or not it's accurate.
Okay, since we're talking about a physical appearance for NBA players, I will say Ricky Rubio looks like he's off of Game of Thrones. Like with the man bun and then the tats, he just looks like he's straight off of Game of Thrones. Yeah. So I will say that he's a good number 15 because of that reason.
He's surviving in the
Yeah, so he's with the Jazz this season, right?
Yep.
So 11 points, 9 assists, 1.7 steals. That's a pretty solid performance with the Timberwolves. I don't know if he's gonna. I think he'll fit better with the Jazz, but I don't know. I mean, I don't really watch Ricky Rubio play at all.
Timberwolves has improved their roster significantly.
That's true. The Timberwolves will be nice. It sucks for Ricky Rubio. Yeah, but it is what it is. All right, number 14, we've got Jeff Teague.
Jeff Teague.
All right,
I'll buy that.
Yeah, I'll buy it.
I've never seen him play.
It's just another one of those like in the middle point guards. I don't know a ton about him. I know he was nice with the Atlanta Hawks. He's a one-time All-Star, I believe. There were like 4 of those guys that got one-time All-Stars on that team.
I think it's safe to say he's better than Ricky Rubio.
I think it's safe to say I don't think Jeff Teague can win a championship by himself, but I think he could be a cog on a championship team.
Absolutely. No. I think he'll help out the Timberwolves significantly. So I think he'll fit in well there. Next we got Drew Holiday with the Pelicans.
That's interesting.
Okay, so I would say Jeff Teague is better than Drew Holiday.
On what basis?
Just on the basis he's a better player.
Okay.
Enough said.
Yeah, I can work with that. He's got more. I'm trying to look at like the advanced metrics. He's got more total points added. Yeah. Jeff Teague does by a significant amount.
Younger talent.
About the same stats though. 15 points and 7 assists for both of them.
What is PER?
Player efficiency rating.
Okay.
So Drew Holiday with a 17.1. Jeff Teague actually has a 19.2. But obviously there are different things that you got to take into account as well. I'd say they were about on like the same caliber of teams. Jeff Teague was with the Pacers and Drew Holiday.
Was he with the Pelicans this past couple years?
Yeah, Drew Holiday's been on the Pelicans.
They did go ham when Anthony was out.
Did they?
Yeah, they went ham, and I think versus the Sacramento Kings, and they went like 30 points ahead.
Well, it is the Sacramento Kings.
Yeah, but like without
the
Sacramento Kings without DeMarcus Cousins.
Kings might be nice this year.
They could be. It's really going to depend on how Rondo plays.
Oh,
so wow. it could be Lob City in New Orleans.
I was saying
Rondo
the Kings
to
will
AD
be nice,
and DeMarcus.
Not that the Pelicans will be nice.
Oh, the Kings will not be nice.
I think the Kings might be nice this year.
De'Aaron Fox.
De'Aaron Fox will be nice.
They had too much guards.
Yep. They didn't pick up any good bigs.
I don't know.
They might have. Somebody's probably going to quote me on that, and I'm going to be proven wrong, but it's all right. We need fact checkers.
I mean, they have Buddy Hield. They have Costa Kufos. They have Vince Carter. VC,
no,
the old man.
Old.
What year is Vince Carter now?
He's 40. He got rim rejected.
But what year in the league is he in? Like,
Same as Dirk.
Same as Dirk? So
probably like 19.
Probably like 37.
He and Dirk are the only 2 remaining from that draft class.
They got Zach Randolph on the Kings. They got Zach
Randolph. You're just listing a lot of washed-up players.
Zach Randolph.
But the thing is that like washed-up players can actually make some noise sometimes.
They can make noise, but they don't make the playoffs.
No. Okay.
Unless they're on the Warriors.
Okay.
That is what it matters.
Okay.
Off topic. Who's gonna have a better season, Frank Mason or Justin Jackson?
Frank Mason, because Justin Jackson is not meant for the NBA. He can't dribble the basketball.
Strongly disagree. Justin Jackson, 300%. Wow.
100% agree. And so you guys know, Phil is a UNC fan, so that's why he's disagreeing. Not on the basis that Justin Jackson is actually going to be a basketball player. Well, he is a good basketball player.
Yes.
All right, moving on. We got Goran Dragic with the Miami Heat.
I did not know he was 31.
I buy that.
I buy him over the top 3.
The Dragon is a hooper.
I can't believe he dropped 20 points a game.
Dude, he's a bucket getter.
Dude, Goran dropped buckets against the Hornets a few years back.
Him and my man Hassan Whiteside, if they had Justice Winslow healthy.
Dion Waiters has been putting in work too. Yes. He's been hitting game winner after game winner.
Hassan Whiteside is from Charlotte too, so shout out to Hassan Whiteside.
Repping the 704. All right, so I think it's safe to move on from that one. It's another. Next up, you're gonna be shocked by this one. Isaiah Thomas.
Oh,
I'm not gonna be shocked by this one because I told you how I feel about Isaiah Thomas.
That's true.
I don't think Isaiah Thomas is as good as he's cracked up to be. I think he had a really good season last season. I remember the 50-point game.
So a healthy Isaiah Thomas, you put him at 11?
Just keep going, and I'll tell you. I will come back to that question. Yeah. I need to see.
So a big reason that he's at 11 is because he is injured. So if you read down, it talks more about, okay, if it was a healthy Isaiah Thomas, I'd put him higher up, but because he's injured, probably going to be out till Christmas, can't really justify putting him any higher. That being said, you got to take a look at his stats. 29 points per game is impressive. 6 assists. He's not really a true point guard, but the dude can get buckets.
But he's like 5'5". Like, how is he only...
Exactly.
It shows how much...
But six assists at 5, like, he's not going to be able to score that well over the length of his career. Like, he's going to get slower.
He's done that for his entire life.
Athletic. Look at Derrick Rose. Look at having Derrick Rose.
But he
deteriorated. That's what Isaiah Thomas is going to do. He's injury prone too. So that's why I think they might be giving him 11, because there's not a lot of potential there.
It's solely because of his injury, right now, because this is for this season. So they have him at 11, even though he's only supposed to play half the season. So I think you got to give him more than that.
Okay.
If you're saying a healthy Isaiah Thomas.
Okay.
All right, number 10, Eric Bledsoe.
That is interesting.
Looking at his stats, actually not bad. That being said, he does play with a trash team.
That's what I was thinking.
He is a hooper. He balls.
He can get buckets.
He's hard to defend. But he plays for the Suns.
He plays for the Suns.
So I think it says something if you hang out with LeBron.
Yep. He's got a nice backcourt, him and Devin Booker back there. I think they could develop a little bit. I'm not sure how much better
Josh
Eric
Jackson
Bledsoe.
In the draft.
That's true. Josh Jackson's going to be nice.
Is Devin Booker on the Phoenix Suns all Suns team on 2K?
Probably.
I think he is.
I think so.
Is he?
I think he is.
There's
really?
I'm pretty sure he is.
That would
Steve Nash.
No, there's no way. He's like a. He's like an 84.
Like a sub. I think he's like a sub on
He's
that.
like an 84 in 2K. There's no way he made it on there. On their all-time team.
I think
I don't buy it.
I don't know.
I don't buy it.
I heard that.
But Eric Bledsoe, he can get buckets. Actually, gets 5 rebounds per game, which is not bad either. All right, next one. Next one will outrage you. I can guarantee it. All right. In my opinion, the worst on this list, number 9. No.
Whoa, bro.
That was okay.
That's a slap.
How dare you, dog?
Dude, that's our boy.
Yeah.
That's our boy.
Okay.
Take that hat off.
Hey, I wasn't saying. I was saying underrated.
Look at that face.
Okay. I was confused. I confused number 8 and number 9. I would honestly put Kemba Walker at number 9 in ranking point guards. Actually, I think I have him at number 8. I would have him over Kyle Lowry and Mike Conley, who are way too high on this list. Way too high. So
the thing about Kemba is he can create his own offense, but he also plays defense.
Exactly. So,
yeah,
I mean,
he balled out too.
He balled out.
23 points a game.
Yep.
But then
his first All-Star appearance.
Isaiah Thomas's.
If I have the 9th pick in an NBA fantasy league and Kemba's on the board, I would take him.
9th pick out of the entire NBA.
No, just point guards.
Just point guards. Okay.
Okay.
I can live with that.
That's fair.
Yeah.
All I'm saying is Lonzo better be number 1. I'm good with all of this as long as Lonzo's number 1.
I can assure you that is not the case.
Is not in this.
But Kemba Walker, I think he's still improving as well. I think he'll easily be an All-Star next year because there are very few All-Stars in the Eastern Conference. He made it this past year, and then they lost half their All-Stars. So I think he's going to easily be an All-Star.
Does that mean Derrick Rose will make an All-Star?
Derrick Rose could very well make an All-Star appearance because he's going to get so much playing time up until Isaiah Thomas comes back.
Yeah. I'm pretty excited for that.
It's going to be
pretty excited. I think he's gotten a little bit better, from his injury up until now.
Yeah,
I think he's progressed.
I mean, he wasn't Derrick Rose in his prime last year with the Knicks, but he still kind of got buckets.
Yeah,
he does. He still crosses people.
Yep.
So.
All right, this next one is the worst position on this list. By that, I don't mean the worst player. I mean he should be way, way higher. Kyrie Irving at number 8.
Wow,
no,
that is shocking.
That's
Kyrie Irving at number 8.
That's disrespectful.
Arguably the most clutch player in the NBA right now. Obviously, advanced statistics aren't going to take that into account, but if you're just looking at this from the perspective of a rational person, there is no way that you put Kyrie Irving at the number 8 point guard.
That is disrespectful.
In the entire NBA.
I think Kyrie is going to make Boston his team this year,
I believe
and he's going to totally flip this list upside down.
I believe it.
What's it say right there? Truth-telling time.
Truth-telling?
Yeah, what does it say about him?
Maybe.
Maybe, yep. Okay, so I think basically the way that this list was made is by statistics alone. Because they're like, yeah, maybe people are too hard on Kyrie Irving, but...
It says he's a disaster on defense, except on those rare occasions when he locks down. So, I mean, I think that probably has a big, say
It does, but he is the most... I would say he's the most clutch player in the NBA. You gotta add his clutchness in there somewhere.
J.R. Smith.
More points per game than...
Bruh.
There's actually a typo in there. It says 25.2 assists per game.
Goodness gracious.
Good job, Bleacher Report.
And you put him at number 8?
Who is your editor? You need to hire me
Louise.
instead. Good gosh.
Journalism minor here.
Okay.
I think that says a lot that they would put Kyrie at 8 and then have a typo on it like that.
And watch the list.
I think Kyrie at 8 is a typo, if I'm being honest. So
Round of applause for Bleacher Report.
good job, Bleacher Report. Proud of you. All right, and then we will move on to players that are significantly worse than Kyrie Irving. Okay, not significantly worse. I would say Damian Lillard.
I still say Kyrie is better than Damian
Kyrie is
Lillard.
better than Damian Lillard, but at the same time, I would put Damian Lillard at 7 on my point guards.
Where would you put Kyrie?
I would put Kyrie at
Top 5.
4 or 5. I
Okay.
think 5. It's tough. It's tough to compare him and Chris Paul just because their play styles are so much different, but we'll get to that later.
Okay.
So Damian Lillard at number 7.
27 points per game.
Dude gets buckets.
If
And
I was playing pickup basketball and Damian Lillard walked up to the court, I would take him on my team. That's what I would say.
Who would you take in a rap battle? Damian Lillard or Shaq?
That is...
Damian
That's a heck of a
Lillard
question.
would spit bars on Shaq.
Shaq roasted LeVar.
Shaq is a wild card.
He is a wild card.
Dame thinks he's getting clean in the studio, but Shaq, he hits you where you don't expect it.
What about Alonzo Ball?
Why you go?
That's interesting. He rapped it
You
by LaMelo's
and
birthday.
What
your
about Lonzo
clickbait
Ball?
tangents?
Lonzo Ball or Dame Dollar? in a
Dame
rap
Dollar.
contest?
Dame Dollar,
Dame
10
Dollar.
times
10
out of 10.
Okay. Okay.
Okay.
Okay.
All right, so Damian Lillard at number 7. He's still improving as well. He actually didn't make the All-Star team last year, which just shows how good the Western Conference was. I'm not really sure that Gordon Hayward should have made it over him, but anyways, we're going to keep on moving.
I like his loyalty.
I do like his
The
loyalty.
Trailblazers are.
I mean, CJ McCollum's on his way up too, so he could be an
We'll see.
All-Star very well this year
see.
as well.
Bet.
And
All right.
Portlandia is a good show, so I'll throw that
Bet.
in there. I like Fred Armisen.
Bet.
I think Dame Dollar deserves to be at number 7. Let's keep going.
Yeah, let's keep going. All right, now we're getting the players that should be way higher or way lower, I guess. At number 6, Mike Conley.
Over Kyrie?
Mike
That
Conley
is
over
disrespectful.
Kyrie and Damian Lillard.
That's disrespectful.
I will agree, he is one of the most underrated players in the game.
I don't even think he's better than IT though.
I don't think he is either.
Honestly, I don't think he's better than Kemba either. I really don't.
I don't think he's better than Kemba.
I think he's better than Kemba.
Why?
Because I'm just a Hornets hater.
Okay,
That's messed
He
up.
So-
does lock
yeah.
up on defense.
he's a good defender, so obviously a lot of his rating is coming from advanced statistics, because if you look at total points added, 255, that's a little bit higher than Damian Lillard. I don't know if that's entirely what they're basing the list off. Way higher than Kyrie, almost double his total points added. But you can't just look at advanced statistics. I don't think he's a good leader. But at the same time, he's never even been an all-star.
I heard this the other day. Conley, almost like 10 years in the league, has never had a technical foul.
Yes.
Are you serious?
He has
Incredible.
a great attitude, I will say that.
That's
Incredible.
Kanye actually said he respects Mike Conley's game a lot.
Called him.
12:30 at night, and I was just like, "Hello," and he's like, "Yeah, this is Jay." I was like, "Who?" Kind of trying to put it together. And long story short, he's just like, "Man, just come out and to LA whenever you're out in LA, we'll get together." So hey, I just want to let you know I admire you. I look, I really like what you do. I hate to see that you're underrated. I mean, just going through all these things, like he actually watches me play. Like that's what I'm thinking in my head. He knows a lot about me. Like,
He called him up and said,
Okay. I would say I'm very frustrated that Conley is at 6, but if Kanye is endorsing him, that says a lot.
I want to get a Mike Conley jersey, but instead of Mike Conley, it needs to be Mike Kanye, and it needs to say Kanye on the back.
Right, and people will think,
What is up with these?
Is this a Grizzlies Kanye jersey? And you say no, it's Mike Conley.
No,
but
Mike Kanye.
But Mike Kanye. Yeah, that's
Sweet.
good. That's
Okay.
good. I would buy that.
All right. So we got Mike Conley at 6. The next one I would say is probably the most undeserving of his spot. I would say he should be above Conley. Kyle Lowry.
Okay. I've never been a huge fan of Kyle Lowry.
I think he's one of the most overrated players in the NBA.
I do too. I just think he's slow.
Yeah, he's slow. He can't perform in the playoffs. He always disappears whenever the playoffs roll around. So he's a decent point
The
guard.
fact that they would put him over Kyrie just makes me so mad.
I wouldn't have
he
him over
has-
Kyrie, Kemba. I wouldn't have him over IT. Obviously, IT is an exception because he's injured. Wouldn't have him over Conley.
He has gone to the Olympics, and I do trust Coach K's judgment.
That's true.
But it's hard to justify.
Yep. And obviously, most of his rating is coming from advanced statistics as well because his regular per-game stats aren't really that impressive. 292 total points added, though, is pretty impressive considering Mike Conley's was good at 255.
What does that stat mean again?
Yeah, I would say, so basically total points added is like an advanced plus minus. But I don't think Kyle Lowry deserves that spot.
I mean, the Raptors, top 2 seed like the past, 5 years for the East Conference?
Yeah, I mean, they're like a consistently good team, but they've never been a great team.
Yeah.
Right.
They don't have a superstar. They've got 2 all-stars is what they've got, and haven't been able to build around it.
One of my biggest indicators of a good point guard is if you can get on 2K and just ball out with whatever point guard it is. I cannot ball out with Kyle Lowry. I can
tough.
ball out with
DeRozan.
did I say Kyle Lowry or Kyrie? I can ball out with Kyrie. I can ball out with Kimba.
Mm-hmm.
Sometimes IT.
He's tougher to ball
If I'm
with.
not getting 2K'd, I can ball out with IT. So
All right.
there's that.
Yep.
That's how I determine a good point guard.
Number 4.
Number 4, John Wall.
Yep.
He should be higher. I will say that.
Bold.
I think John Wall should be top 3.
So I'm
in my
guessing
opinion.
Chris Paul is going to be above him.
Chris Paul is going to be above
John
him.
Wall should 100% be above Chris Paul.
Yes. So I feel like
100%.
Chris Paul's ranking was 100% like, you're a Hall of Famer, we're going to give you a good rating.
And he's on the Rockets.
And he's on the Rockets.
So
Man,
it's safe to say he's going to have a good year.
John Wall is only 27. He feels like he's been in the league forever.
I know.
Averaging a double-double.
Do the John Wall. And obviously his advanced statistics, you're probably not going to have, when you have as high a usage rate as he does, that's part of the reason why I think Conley and Lowry have such good total points added, because they don't have nearly as high of a usage rate.
Right.
John Wall and Kyrie and Kemba and IT are all going to have higher usage rates than they are. It's probably going to lower their total points added because it usually adds in turnovers. But at the same time, John Wall, best two-way point guard in the league, I would say. I think most people would agree with that.
2-way meaning points and assists.
Bruh.
Offense and defense.
Offense and defense, okay.
Also, John Wall has the best hoop mixtape I've ever seen in my life.
Oh
And
my
I
gosh.
think that that's enough for me.
In high school, my man was hooping.
Yeah, he was. So,
Sorry.
I
We
just
can edit
Word
this
of
out.
God High School in Raleigh. Yep.
Word of God High School pulled out like the 360 layup.
Mm.
You know, like jumped in the air, spun a dude out,
Filthy.
stiff armed him in the mouth, and then laid it in.
Filthy.
Yep.
Finger roll.
Chris
So,
Paul, John Wall, Kyrie, Russ, Steph. That's my top 5.
You put Chris Paul at number 1?
Number 5, I'm sorry. I'm going down.
Okay.
Chris Paul, Kyrie.
Wait. Can you go from 1 to 5?
So Steph, Russell. Did I say John Wall?
Did you just put Steph Curry over Russell Westbrook?
Yes. That's my opinion.
Let's keep going.
That's my
Yeah,
opinion.
we're going to keep going.
So
my
it's going to be
opinion.
Chris Paul, and then it's going to be Steph Curry, and then it's going to be Russell.
Actually, no. But I'll let you, well, obviously you're going to figure it out based off that.
CP3.
CP3, he is aging too much. I would say, especially if we're talking this coming year, he's just not going to have the
18
same
points
impact.
per game.
18, but if you look at his total points added, significantly higher than everybody
Wow.
else.
300.
He representing 336 though.
So, 336.
Yeah, he is.
Oh, that's right, from Winston-Salem.
Yeah.
Okay.
West Forsyth
So-
High School.
What I'm seeing based off of this is that the list is leaning a ton on advanced statistics and not really looking at real life impact. So they're not taking into account clutch, how they perform in the playoffs, anything like that.
I just think it was like, I think somebody is just super biased in some sort of way.
Yeah.
I don't even necessarily think it's advanced statistics because Kyrie is at number, what was it, 8? Number 8?
Yeah. Well, you can tell it's based off advanced statistics because Kyrie has a terrible total points added. He had 125. Chris Paul has 330. So whenever Chris Paul is on the floor, his team does better. But a huge part of that is that the Clippers' backup point guard is Austin Rivers.
That's true.
That's why his plus minus is so high.
He's starting at 2 now.
He is starting at 2, but if Austin Rivers is your backup point guard, then obviously whenever Chris Paul's on the floor, your plus minus is going to be way better. And you're going to have him on the floor with all the rest of your starters, so that's going to influence it as well.
Who's the new point guard for the Clippers?
They picked up Patrick Beverley, so I'm assuming it'll be Patrick Beverley.
Yeah.
Also, my man Milos Teodosic. He's Serbian.
I thought he was on the Sixers.
No, Clippers.
Dang it, he's on the Sixers in this game.
Will Blake Griffin have a good year?
No. I think Blake Griffin will be about the same as he did last year. Without
not.
Chris Paul,
Maybe
Lob
less.
City will be dead. DeAndre Jordan will get like 5 less points per game than he did last year.
No more All-Star.
Yeah, it's going to be interesting. I don't know if Patrick Beverley has the capability to keep up Lob City.
I like Patrick Beverley. I think he's a good point guard.
I think he's a jerk and nobody really likes to play against him, but the dude is scrappy.
That's why he's a good player.
Yeah.
Because like everybody hates him and he just gets in their head.
Nobody wants to play against him. All right, at number 2, Russell Westbrook.
That is a
They
fallacy.
didn't give the MVP the number 1 point
That's
guard
stupid.
spot.
Wow.
That is stupid.
31 points per game. 890 total points added. How is this man not the number 1? Triple-double average.
That is just a whole different class compared to everyone else on this list.
Obviously, he didn't play any defense. Turned the ball over a lot, but come on.
No, that's
like,
stupid. That
42%.
is stupid.
House weight. I just don't understand. I think, obviously, Steph Curry's going to be ahead of him.
What does it say about him?
Let's see. So, I think Russell still deserves to be above Steph Curry. I think if you flip the 2 players, put Steph Curry on the Thunder and put Russell Westbrook on the Warriors, Steph Curry doesn't do nearly as well as Russell Westbrook did last season.
Definitely.
Is it safe to say that Westbrook is an assist machine?
No.
I was having this debate with somebody the other day.
No.
I think it is.
His
average is 10 assists.
That was
a
only
game.
because he demolished Kobe Bryant's usage rate. That's the reason he averaged 10 assists per game. It's because he had the ball like 90% of the time. If you got the ball that much, eventually you're going to get assists at some point.
At the same
Eventually,
time,
but that's the whole season.
He's
got 10
averaging
assists a
10
game.
assists a game with Andre Roberson starting.
He's an assist machine.
Yes, but the majority of Russell Westbrook's assists came from, okay, I'm going to drive to the basket and try to get fouled. There's no way I'm going to be able to make this shot, so I'm going to dish it off to my big man on the side.
That's how you get assists, though.
That's not how pure point guards get assists. Pure point guards create for others.
I didn't say he was a pure point guard. I said, is he an assist machine?
But no, he's not an assist machine.
All in favor of Russell Westbrook being an assist machine, raise your hand.
No.
Okay. All right.
It's not like John Wall and Chris Paul, who are floor general. They're assist machines.
They're different kinds of players.
Different.
They're different kinds of players.
They make their players.
But Russell Westbrook could easily fit into a team as like a shooting guard.
I don't know.
Yeah.
He needs the ball in his hand. He needs to be
Well,
dribbling.
that's just because of his attitude, not because of what he's good at.
But that's just
he's not an amazing passer. He's not an amazing passer. He can create because he draws people because he scores so much, but he's not an amazing passer.
Okay. All
right.
I
And
hear
then
your side.
number 1, Stephen Curry.
I think Steph Curry is number 1.5.
Steph Curry, you are a great basketball player, but right now you are not better than Russell Westbrook.
No.
I don't know what stats they're pulling this from. Player efficiency rating?
Well, what
No.
about player value to a team? Because I just don't think the Warriors would be the same team without Steph Curry. Even with KD, Klay Thompson, Draymond, all of them.
Okay, they wouldn't be the same team, but without Russell Westbrook, the Thunder would have been at the bottom of the West. Like the very bottom.
Yeah, no, yeah.
Here's what I'll say.
So-
There are things that Steph Curry cannot do that Russell Westbrook can,
Mm-hmm.
but there are things that Steph can do that Russell cannot.
Yeah.
I think Russell Westbrook also has more capability of being a good defender. I think if he doesn't have that 80% usage rate or whatever the heck it was, I haven't looked it up, but if he doesn't have that high usage rate, he's going to actually play defense because he doesn't have to use all of his energy running the ball up the court every single play of the game, never getting any time off.
Steph can create his own shot better. He can expand the entire floor so he makes every other player on the court better. Even though Russ is averaging more assists, I don't think he can do what Steph can for the offense as a whole.
Well, I would agree that Steph Curry fits better into the Warriors system. I would agree with that, but I don't think that Steph Curry is a better point guard.
What if Steph was on the Thunder? What would that, like last year's Thunder? Do you think they would have made as much noise?
They would have barely made the playoffs.
I disagree.
Because Steph Curry, he doesn't have nearly
that much better though.
He doesn't have the durability. He would have only been able to play like 36 minutes a game.
I think Steph might have averaged 50 points a game.
No. Well, he would have averaged high 30s.
He would have shot a lot.
But he wouldn't have been getting rebounds. He probably would have gotten the same amount of assists, but he also would have gotten injured. Russell Westbrook has the durability.
Yeah, you're right.
He's a lot stronger. I'm still trying to figure out what statistic they're using this. I'm thinking it comes down to RPM.
Okay, so what's our big conclusion?
Our
big conclusion?
So our conclusion is
overall number one.
Overall number one, I have Russell Westbrook.
I say Russell 100%. 800 total points added.
Yeah, that's
that's hard to argue.
Even if his real plus minus is slightly lower, his player efficiency rating was higher, his points were higher, rebounds, assists.
And he won MVP.
He won MVP.
He carried an entire team.
So did Steph.
I think you can...
He did not... Did you just say Steph Curry carried that?
No, I'm saying...
Take it back.
I'm saying Steph also won an MVP.
Okay.
We're talking about last year, but we're talking about this upcoming year.
This is not the rankings for last year.
MVP is still MVP.
This is not rankings for last year.
You can say, well, Derrick Rose.
Derrick Rose. That
year he killed it.
Exactly. Last year, Steph Curry killed it. He didn't kill it this year. He had a great year, but he didn't kill it. Russell Westbrook killed it.
You gotta think about it. Steph has like 3-4 All-Stars.
Exactly. But if you switch their positions, Steph Curry doesn't do the same thing that Russell Westbrook did.
Because they're two different players.
Exactly. Because Russell Westbrook's better.
I think you can make a case. You can debate who's the more efficient player. You can debate who's better at this, who's better at that. But if we're just looking at total performance, I mean,
who's the better player?
Russell
Westbrook.
How can you argue with Russell's season?
Yeah.
Shout out to Steph for being from Charlotte, too.
Shout out to Steph for just getting absolute buckets.
If you want to know the best basketball state, just North Carolina
North
is the
Kakalaki.
number one on my list.
Without a
basketball
doubt.
states.
Yeah.
So I think that's safe
You've
to say.
lived in North Carolina your entire
doesn't mean I'm
time in.
Okay.
Do you know the players that have come out of North Carolina? John Wall.
Michael Jordan. He's
Michael
not
Jordan.
from North Carolina.
Steph.
I mean, but he's from New York. But he
John
went to
Wall.
Carolina. He grew up in
Wall
Wilmington.
John Wall came from Carolina?
Yes.
Absolutely. Raleigh. He was from Raleigh.
Chris Paul.
Word to God.
All the best point
Tim
guards
Duncan.
come from. Wow, do we have what? We got 3 of the top 4 point guards came from North Carolina.
Dang.
Enough
You're
said.
telling me North Carolina's not the best basketball state?
Enough said.
I'm not saying
Jeff
the
Teague.
Hornets are the best
went to Wake
basketball team,
Forest.
but just look at greatest rivalry, arguably in all of sports, is Carolina versus
This is
Duke
not even a
basketball.
question. Let's go back to our list. North Carolina is hands down the best basketball state.
All right. So
Absolutely.
overall number one, we're saying it should have been Russ.
Yes.
Biggest injustice, I think we're settled on Kyrie.
Yes.
I mean, Kyrie at 8. That is
The biggest injustice.
I mean,
I think
most
Kyle Lowry
overrated
is a big injustice too because I think he deserves to be lower.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yep.
Like
take that, Kyle.
Equally unjust, but in a different way.
yes.
Exactly.
I think we can also say a little bit unjust. Didn't see Lonzo Ball on the list.
I wasn't gonna bring that up, but honestly, that's what's been going through my head this whole time.
my
Yeah, where's he at? Markel Fultz, not surprised. Lonzo,
Hey,
I might have seen him.
I think Lonzo Ball. I'll say this. I think Lonzo Ball is gonna have a better year than Ricky Rubio. I will say this.
I could see that happening.
I'll say that.
I could see
I'll
that.
say that.
Okay.
Yep. All right, and then our last thing, a little bit outdated, but Melo going to the Thunder, so they've got their own big 3 now. Russell Westbrook, Paul George, and Carmelo Anthony. Obviously not the player that he used to be, but will it be enough to take down the Warriors?
Absolutely not.
Yeah.
Not a single chance ever. We just played a game of 2K with the Thunder. The update, Carmelo was on the team, and I wasn't sold on it. I wasn't sold from the beginning. Before I played 2K, I wasn't even sold on it. I think Carmelo is washed up. I think he shoots too much. I think he misses a lot. And, you know, I think you got 2 guys on that team that just miss a lot of shots. Even though Russell's a beast, he misses a lot of shots, and so does Melo. And I don't think they're going to be able to, like, catch fire like the Warriors do.
In Melo's defense, he doesn't have a skill set that transfers very well to 2K because he's really slow. And also, post players that are not very tall are relatively weak in 2K. So, doesn't really transfer to 2K all that well.
That's a good point.
I think they'll be able to go to the Western Conference Championship. I will say that.
Okay, I think that's true, but I think they're going to get swept.
They'll probably get swept. Well, no.
I think they'll get swept.
They'll give them at least 1-0.
The only reason I think that they might give them 1-0 is because of the KD Russell Westbrook rivalry. I think that like Russell like gets in KD's head a lot, and I think that might have something to do with it.
I think if Melo and Paul George, for that matter, can humble themselves and say we're playing on Russell's team. To some extent.
That is not going to happen.
To some extent.
Melo
to some
is
extent.
not going to do that.
I mean,
Melo's going to have to do it.
Melo's going to have to
an option
understand his role.
Melo's
at some
been
point.
humbled recently.
He has. I think if the two of them, humbled in some sense, can understand Russell is, again,
Number 2.
to some extent, the alpha, then I think this could be a really successful Thunder team. Throw in Andre Roberson, who now no longer needs to touch the ball in offense, and Steven Adams.
Yeah. Yeah. Who is coming off their bench?
I'm excited
Who's
to see.
their best bench player?
I think Kyle Singler.
Kyle Singler, the best bench player. He was a baller at Duke. I'll give him that. John Shire was my favorite Duke player
Shout
on that
out
team.
John Shire.
So
Shout out Kyle Singler.
Nolan Smith was a baller too.
In Dot Smitty.
They've got to have a decent bench player.
I don't know. I don't know who's on the
Alex
bench.
Abrams.
Abrinas?
Yeah, Abrinas.
Jeremy Grant,
Samaj
Samaj
Christian.
Christian.
They literally
Nick
have
Collison.
no bench.
Patrick Patterson.
Patrick Patterson might start.
6th man of the year.
What they could do, it would be a much more offensively powered lineup, but they would have
Play
Russell
Paul
Westbrook
George
at
at the
point
2.
guard, Paul George at 2, Melo at 3, Patterson at 4, and then Steven Adams at 5. But that's like your all offense lineup. That's if you don't want to play any defense. Although Paul George can play defense.
What happens when these guys get tired?
Raymond Felton.
That is well.
Raymond Felton. Okay. Raymond Felton. Shout out North Carolina.
Did you say Raymond?
Shout out
Raymond.
Raymond Felton.
Raymond.
It's gonna be. I'm excited to watch.
Yeah, it'll
I
be
am
interesting.
too. I'm excited to see what that looks like. I think it's gonna be interesting, but I'm sorry, Melo. I think he sucks. I do. I think he's just too old.
He can still get buckets.
He's old and he's overweight.
If
Like,
you don't
dude
think
just
that
can't
Melo
do it.
can get buckets, then you have not watched Melo play in the last year. Because the dude can still get buckets. Whether you want to believe it or not, he can get buckets.
How many points did he average last season?
Like 20? Melo averaged 22 points a game.
Okay.
Which is more than it was the season before, and I would argue that the Knicks actually got better.
Goran Dragic
Dragic.
averaged more points than Carmelo.
Because
Yeah, because he's
Goran.
He's a good basketball player.
Okay,
Young.
we're talking about Carmelo Anthony though.
Yes,
this
we are.
guy like arguably was top 5 in the league. What, 6-7 years ago? 7-8 years ago? I don't know.
5 years ago.
5 years ago.
That's when
Okay.
he peaked.
Okay.
Well,
yeah.
I would say he probably peaked in Denver actually.
Yeah.
Okay. And now Goran Dragic.
But he still gets buckets.
Yeah.
Dude, the guy.
Jamal
is
Crawford
washed up.
still gets buckets.
Jamal
You can't tell me
Who
Carmelo
else-
Anthony
who
doesn't
else?
get buckets.
Jamal Crawford. Honestly, right now, I'll take Jamal Crawford over Carmelo
No.
Anthony. Jamal Crawford comes in like a 6-man
That's
and
bold.
just goes
That's
in.
bold.
He's what, 37, 38 years old?
They're both 30s.
I'll take him. He goes in and gets buckets and he crosses people up. Okay, Carmelo is sorry. So, but I still think it's gonna be interesting.
Have you watched Carmelo play in the last year at all?
Honestly, no, because I would turn off the TV every time the Knicks were playing because they bored me to death. The only person that I thought was really good on the Knicks last year was Kristaps. I think he's a beast.
Okay. I'm just letting you know you're going to get a ton of people in the comment section telling you that Carmelo Anthony can get buckets because it's a fact.
Okay.
He's not what he used to be, but he can get buckets.
Who else was on the Knicks last year that was like...
Porzingis?
Okay.
Derrick Rose?
Derrick Rose, though, like...
He averaged like 18, 19 points per game.
Okay.
Carmelo
Carmelo maybe can get buckets. I think he's going to get more buckets this year because Russell. I think Russell's going to allow him to be open more because Russell draws in a ton of attention. So if Carmelo can hit open shots this year, he'll get buckets.
If Russell will humble himself enough to share the basketball, they have potential. That's what it's going to come down to.
There's going to need to be a lot of humbling in OKC.
I think Carmelo will shoot more open shots than he shot last year.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. I mean, the thing was, Derrick Rose isn't really somebody that creates shots for others. He's great at creating shots for himself. He's a lot like Russell Westbrook in that way. So Carmelo had to create a lot of his own shots, so I think his field goal percentage will go up. Points per game will go down, but that's to be expected because he's after his prime anyways. I think he'll fit in well.
Wait, so he averaged 22 points a game last year, and you're saying his points per game will go down this year?
Yes.
I say his points per game go up this year because of Russell.
No.
I really do.
He's got to share the ball with Russell Westbrook and Paul George.
But he's going to be open so much.
No.
I say his points per game go up. I'll just say 23 points a game.
I'm going to say 18 points per game for Carmelo Anthony, but he'll still get buckets. He'll still create shots for himself. He may very well... No, he's not going to create shots for anybody else, but he'll get some buckets. So... that's going to be it for this episode of Buckets or Not. If you guys enjoyed, please drop a like down below. Make sure you go drop a follow on Twitter as well. We're probably going to have more videos coming in the future. If there are any topics you guys want us to cover, drop those down in the comments. If you want Phil to come back, we need 500 likes on this video to ensure that he comes back. So drop a like down below. It's not guaranteed. He's not a roommate. He is just here visiting, and we happen to be recording the video.
How did the dude dab in that video?
Good job, bro. Come on, go play. Good job, dude.
Oh, killed the one. Max up. No, you almost fall. Go ahead, Max. Go ahead. Oh, Lord have mercy.
The one who was like, is that what he did?
That's what he did.
Follow us on Twitter.
Follow us on Twitter.
Buckets or Not.
You didn't do it with us, bro.
I did. Okay, do it.
3, 2, 1.